Right, I'm going to talk about testing this, but I'm going to talk initially about putting it together. So, got three parts, got the drawer, got the front, this part, and got the back, where the fan goes. Now this is sliding, look at that. Let's see about putting the fan kit in, the Peltier device in. There is a 3 degree, well about 3 degree slant on this. It's deliberate to help the moisture run off. So this is a Peltier device kit. I'll talk about this, well I'll put a link down here to this. Fan, big heat sink for the hot side, Peltier device under this sort of foam rubber, and thin smaller heat sink for the cold side. So the cold side is facing forward, fan, and it will be blown outwards, so it will be sucking air in through these fins and blowing outwards in this case. I have shortened these wires and connected them in parallel, so the fan and the Peltier are both going to the same wires, 12 volts with a knot in there. That's just like strain relief, that will go in a hole here. I'll screw in first, and you do get some screws with the Peltier kit, so you can use those. Line it up a bit. Hard to see, lights. Obviously screw it in. Don't over tighten it, just snug I would say. Quite snug. This other hole is for the wire. I'm going to just snug them up a little bit more. So that the firm in there, remembering you will have a fan on here, that might be vibrating a little bit, rotation, and pass this wire through this hole that's here. See that? Just under this fan, the hole there. I twisted the ends of the wire together to make it a bit easier to thread through. Oops, my light is flickering. There we go. Pull it through until you reach the knot. Give it a bit of a yank. So that knot there is a strain relief. Notice I do have the wires going downwards so that any moisture will run down. Don't want the moisture running in where the wires are going, especially probably on the fan more than the Peltier device. Squish them up a bit, make sure they're not going to get in the way of the drawer. That's what this slant is for here, any moisture to run down. Probably won't get any moisture here. As I say, this is a 3 degree angle there. That's sort of trying to encourage any moisture to run along this edge and drip off the point. To encourage it, it won't make it so and so like definite. Make sure these two parts fit together. So you notice this hasn't got any holes in for the balls to go into. I've done that on purpose because every time I've gone to make this, the holes need to be in different positions for some reason, there seem to be. So put them together. I'm going to tape this together just using some blue painter's tape. So there I am, I've taped them together so they're as straight as possible. Then 2.5mm twist bit on here, hand drill. Use a hand drill because if you drill too fast, that went almost too quick for my liking. I tend to go like this. This is so that the holes, these 6 holes here that will fasten the front to the back, will be definitely in line. That keeps the two things together. Good, these hand drills for things like this. If you turn too fast, if you have an electric drill, unless you've got speed control on it, it might turn so fast that it creates friction, and the friction melts the plastic and causes issues. So hand drill can be very useful, and might as well put the balls in while it's still taped up, if I can. So in my case I've got 3mm button headed Allen balls, 3mm diameter. I think they're 20mm long. Again, just snug, taking them together. When this is done, obviously take the tape off. That's one reason I'm using blue painter's tape. I think it's a bit, in this case, you could use sellotape, but I think blue painter's tape is a bit easier to peel off. There we are, 6 balls in. I'll take this blue painter's tape off here now. It comes off quite easy, blue painter's tape. It come off easier than sellotape. You could probably use sellotape if you want, or any type of paint that's not going to be probably too sticky. And that's it, fold it together. a string on there. Oh, this has supports on, so it goes easy break off just the edges here. Well, that's for supports. There's a fan, you might just see the fan through the grid. But I'm getting these like marks on my prints. Don't know why. I think it's a slicer myself. This has been changed so that there's like 2 pouring spouts almost type thing. This one's waterproofing. Make sure you do waterproof it. I'm going to paint this with some spray paint if you look at my other video. Right, that basically wants painting, and then wants testing on 12 volts. Right, sorry about any flickering here, but just tapping my lights, because I think the switch on my lights is playing up. So I've painted this. If you look at my other video, I'll go talk about this. Painting it. I've just done the inside of this because that's all the paint I've got. Really, you should paint some of the inside of here as well. So this is a test, and what time is it? 12:51 on the 8th of September. That's Tuesday 2020. So let's turn it on. I've got this off an ATX power supply. I've got my printer on, that's making a bit of a noise. But the ATX here, which I just have here, 12 volts, will make most of the noise. So switching that on. That's on. The fan is turning on the back. Yes, I can feel the fan turning on the back. I don't know if you'll be able to see it at all. Move it about, you might just see the blades, you might get some strobe in there. But that's just starting up. I try to position it so that it'll be in the same position all the time. Right, I'll just leave that going now. So 12:52 on the 8th of September. 12:52, just after noon that is, on the 8th of September. It's only about 1:10, but I thought I'd give you an update. Just a second while I try and sort the switch out. I think the switch on this lights have got this causing issues of flickering, not getting good contact. I've tried cleaning it, but no good. I've just felt here, and that feels cool, and out the back feels very slightly warm. So the air is going in here, it should be, and blowing out the back, going over the Peltier heat sinks. You might just see them in there. No moisture yet. Oh yes, there is actually. There's only about 1 drop just here. I'm surprised that there is moisture already, even if it's only a tiny bit. And this was bone dry. This is my ATX, I'm powering it off. Just down here. So yep, that's working. Right, it's been about 6 hours because it's 18:54, same day. Let's have a look. Yep, quite a bit more water now. Oh, it feels damp on the bottom. So that paint I put on is obviously not, like, it's actually leaking through the bottom there. Can you see it? Be careful because our mains. But there is quite a bit of water in there, even though some of it's leaked through the bottom. Yes, this is wet. Boy, I don't really have any more paint, but I'm losing quite a bit of the water here. But you can see that it's working because that's one reason these things on here. That's what I'm saying about PLA being absorbing moisture but also leaking moisture. So it's got that amount of water. If you can see that. Not a massive amount, but then I wouldn't expect a massive amount. Bit wet on the back. Yep. So I need definitely needs a couple more coats of paint, but I really don't have any. If I do this, some water drops down from above. So it's working apart from that the bottom there is leaking water. Let's have a look. Yes, and there's water leaking out between the joins of this. Probably water leaking out. You can see water dropping down here. That's just probably what's on the cold side. So it works. We'll need better waterproofing. I'll just show you that again, make sure you can see that. Can you see that? That's started about 1250 and it's about 1857 now. So put the files online. Turn it off so you can hear the noise levels. That's the ATX there making noise, not the fan in the unit. It's 6 hours, whatever it is. Is it 6 hours? No, it's not 6 hours. 2 away from 18. Is it 6 hours? I don't know, I can't be bothered to work it out. 12 till 18.